vampire crimes. You have the vampire core of Sorin, Imperious, Bloodlord, Vaneripper. I don't think I need to explain why those two cards are good. Preacher of the Schism here, again, more vampire support to help out with the Sorin stuff. That's the vampire portion of the deck. Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, okay, you get all of that stuff. Let's talk about the cards that you want me to talk about. So, the curve here is you want to go turn 1 Scrabbling Claws, turn 3 Freestrider Lookout. The turn that you play Lookout, you get to trigger it immediately, because Lookout is balanced around the fact that you need to spend more mana the turn you're playing it, but, you know, if we have Claws, we can kind of cheat that a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, this crime shell of Scrabbling Claws, Freestrider Lookout, Vadmir working perfectly with Sorin because the deck wants a cheap vampire anyways, and gets you, you know, it's another thing to use Claws with. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Wait a minute. Doomwake's playing Vaneripper again? Okay, hear me out. Now, I understand there's Vaneripper and Sorin. Not everything is going to be able to... Not every black deck we're going to be able to play that is not going to include those two cards. But hear me out, okay? We're cooking a little bit here. So, for people who have not been watching my Twitch stream, or really any Twitch stream, including, you know, the one and only Aspiring Spike, for the past week or week and a half or so, Aspiring Spike is really kind of the pioneer, no pun intended, of this card, Freestrider Lookout. He's been playing this in so many different shells, specifically in Modern, and I kind of took upon the task to, I guess I'm carrying the torch, as it were, to play this card in Pioneer, and I've been trying in a lot of different shells, and we're going to kind of go over those over the next couple of days. I think we got a couple in the queue, so be on the lookout for that. But this is one of those shells, and one of the shells that I had a little more success with. Freestrider Lookout is an incredible card. It is a way for you to hit basically every land drops every single turn as long as you're able to commit crimes, which it turns out, even though we don't have Relic of Progenitus in Pioneer, we have Relic of Progenitus at home. A lot of people when I was, the first day that I played Freestrider Lookout in Pioneer, people were constantly coming into my stream saying, Scrabbling Claws is legal in Pioneer? And yes, Scrabbling Claws is legal in Pioneer. It was reprinted in Ravnica Allegiance. A lot of people don't know that, but this is basically just Relic of Progenitus at home. And the reason it's so powerful with Lookout is it is a 0 mana way. Well, you have to pay 1 mana up front, of course, but once you have the claws in play, you can just commit crimes whenever you want, in-game, of course. So, Scrabbling Claws is your crime engine, and one thing that I had an initial build of this that had the Dusk Legion Zelb, which is the 2-mana 1/1 vampire ETB draw card. And I can't remember the user in chat, but they suggested we try Vadmir New Blood. Now, this one is actually kind of cool. So, it is a vampire that is a 2-drop, which is exactly what you're looking for in the Dusk Legion Zealot, but it's also another payoff for committing crimes. So it kind of just is exactly what this type of shell is looking for. It's not the most powerful card because it takes a little while for it to kind of cook a little bit, because you need to play it on turn 2, you need to be able to you'd have to get up to 4 counters on it, which is, you know, effectively 4 Claws activations. But again, it curves nicely with Claws. You go turn 1 Claws, turn 2 Vadmir, tap the Claws, counter on it, turn 3, tap the Claws again, second counter on it, you already have a 4/4. What's really nice about Sorin, don't think I need to explain again why this card is good, but it puts counters on vampires, and it turns out that the counters that you put on Vadmir, you know, it's not that Vadmir says when you commit 4 or more crimes, it's just when it has counters on it. So you can put counters on it in other ways, including Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. Rounding out the deck, we have a couple of removal spells, Bitter Triumph and Go for the Throat, more ways to commit crimes, and then Pillage the Bog, which is a card that a lot of Niv decks have been playing, but a card that I think more non-Niv decks should be playing. Again, maybe black-green, maybe not the best color combination, but this card is extremely powerful, especially when you're trying to set up specific synergies, right? You're trying to set up Lookout plus Scrabbling Claws. That gets you the other half of the combo that you're missing. More importantly, you're trying to set up Sorin Imperious Bloodlord plus Vaneripper. This finds you the piece that you're missing, so it kind of helps facilitate those 2-card combos when you have more, especially when you have more than one of them in your deck. And now we get to the mana base. Now, this is kind of the shakiest part of this deck because traditional vampire decks, believe it or not, they don't have the best mana base, because if you look at black-red vampires, they're playing a ton of Mutavaults with 4 Bloodtithe Harvester, 4 Fable the Mirror Breaker, and it's not the easiest to double spell. Like, for example, if you're turn 3, you want to go like Thoughtseize or Fatal Push and Bloodtithe. If you have a Mutavault, you just can't do that. So the mana bases are a little sketchy. Now, we've had to sacrifice a couple of Mutavaults in the mana base to make room for Field of Ruin. The reason that Field of Ruin is in the mana base is because it's so powerful with Lookout. Imagine, for example, if you have a field and a Lookout in play, you field their land, the Lookout triggers, you find another field, which can then trigger the Lookout again the next turn. So it kind of is, Field of Ruin is sort of self-fulfilling with Lookout. I have considered playing other ways to commit crimes in the mana base, like the ETB tap Black Rain Desert that deals them 1. Unfortunately, in Pioneer, we don't get Bejuga Bug. I would love to play that card, but it's only modern legal. There's probably a couple of other ones, like Thespian Stage, but that one's not very good. Field of Ruin being the best one. Boseiju, notably, also does commit crimes. Not when you find it off of the Lookout, but if you draw the Boseiju, you can, cheaply commit a crime that way. And then Sunken Citadel to help facilitate not just the Field of Ruins, but we also have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, a Lair, 2 Mutavaults, and a Castle Locthwain. So more than, a bunch of different things that we can utilize that extra mana from Sunken Citadel, which taps for 2. And then rounding out the deck, we have, rounding out the mana base, rather, a Takenuma, an Underground Mortuary, which is another thing that you can hit off of Lookout to give you a little bit of value, and some assorted dual lands of black and green variety. Sideboard, mostly stock stuff, Damping Sphere for Lotus, Unlicensed Turfs for Phoenix, Ashiok for both of those matchups. Pick your poison, I've already talked about this card. Knight of Dusk Shadow, you really want to prevent your Amali opponent from gaining life, because that is what their deck does. Path of Peril, good against the aggressive decks. And a card that you may not have seen in Pioneer, but if you've played Standard, you're probably all too familiar with this one. Hostile Investigator. I don't know if this is the best card for this slot, but it's a card that I have been so impressed with in Standard that I want to try out a little bit more in Pioneer. The theory is that it's good against the grindy matchups because it is a 4/3 that makes them discard a card and you draw a card. That's a 3-for-1. On top of the fact that it commits crimes for Lookout and Vadmir. So I don't know if this is better than Shieldred, but I at least wanted to try it out and give it a fair shake before I immediately dismissed it. But that's pretty much it for the deck. Again, I think you guys are really going to like this one, so I will not make you wait any longer. Let's get into round number 1 in just a little bit. Oh, sorry, I muted. They wish me good luck in the chat, and I said I am not going to wish them good luck until I've confirmed they are not playing Blue-White Control. 80's 80 more than we needed. Yeah, no, all right. I will wish them good luck now that they are playing Niv and not Blue-White Control. Not that Niv is a great matchup either way, but you think you're cooler than me. You prefer Niv over Blue-White? Hey, at least they cast spells, The Blue-White deck doesn't even cast spells. Do we high roll drawing an untapped land for Lookout? I think we do. I think this is fine. Because if we miss, we get to go second clause, tap land, and then Lookout double clause. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I would like to commit a crime, please. 1 crime committed. Legendary, by the way. This one. This one. I think I'm just gonna attack. I could hold back on defense to, check their Goblin Shaman token, but I just want to do this. We get to Lookout next turn. Fable's kind of fucked up, huh? Fable is one of the cards of all time. Discarded Lightning Helix. It's a good call when I have a 4/4. It's a good call. Pillage the Bog Freestrider. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Where you just, you hit a bunch of land drops off Freestrider, and then you get to play a big pillage. Definitely comes up sometimes. White, black, red. White, blue, red. Black. Green. We are casting Bring to Light, if I had to guess. Get Valky. Valky, God of Lies. Alright, 07's for Vadmir. Vadmir, we'll see you next time, buddy. Vadmir. Yeah, we just have to look out here. I don't really think we can win this game, though. There's no point to get the Mortuary, because I'm just going to Claws on their turn, so I'll just get this. I'll keep the Mortuary in the deck, so if I eventually hit it, then I can, do it later. This game feels kind of over, though. No, not my Lookout. Anything but the Lookout. That's so funny. They hit Passage and Fatal Push. That's called a combo. That is called a combo. Oh god, they're gonna play Vadmir and then trigger the Vadmir with the Fatal Push. Brother, stop. Please stop. I'm losing to my own cards. Mutavault me. Yeah, that's a good point, Polymorph. I could have used the Mortuary to, like, stack the deck for Tybalt. That could have been a good idea. I kind of didn't think about that. I thought I was just wasting the Surveil, but no, you're probably right. Might have been a little bit better. You're waving twice, don't care. What's up, Flopana? Alright, rip my veins, please. Rip my veins. Oh, they're just gonna kill my Ripper with Tybalt, sack a token, and then cast my Ripper, right? And then copy the Ripper with Fable. Alright. You win. You win. I quit. Alright, Investigator. Ashiok good. Pip good. Push out. This actually might not be a Vadmir matchup. Because they just have so many random removal spells that kill it. Try like this. Although it's kind of weird to keep in all 4 claws with only 4 lookouts. Where's our Invoke Despair at? Well, we got Pick Your Poison in the sideboard. It's kind of like Invoke Despair. If you think about it, it's just a 1-mana Invoke, right? Yeah. But isn't that just the same thing as Rakdos Vampires? Isn't it just the same deck? I guess the Rakdos deck is 4 Sorin, 4 Fable, 4 Vein Ripper, and 48 random assorted cards. As opposed to this deck being 4 Sorin, 4 Vein Ripper, and 52 assorted cards. How did I like Gruul and Pioneer? Analyze the pollen. The pollen. I was gonna say poison. I was gonna say poison, and then I kind of mix with poison and pollen, and I got Poilin. I don't know where I was going with that. Gruul's okay. I don't know. I think that Gruul has kind of a sketchy matchup against Phoenix and Niv. And that's kind of why I was off the Gruul deck. But it's still fine. I think it's decent. Will I ignore Green-Black Crime, Dread Presence forever? All right, how about this? I'll make a promise. If I O2 this league, we'll build Dread Presence Crimes live on stream. How's that? I'll make a promise. Only if I O2, though. Only if I O2. More Sorins, huh? Not exactly what I'm looking for. You know what? Thinking about going Sorin minus put Preacher into play. Is this new league? Please chat someone snip next round with blue-white. Well, you're assuming that I'm just going to concede the match. If I queue into blue-white next round, I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to go full-on berserk mode. Like I'm gonna play like you've never seen me play before if blue-white is the next match. Surely they're not just going to miss land drops, right? Don't they play like 47 lands in their deck? Surely that can't be the case. Okay, Jetmir's Garden. Let's go to combat. I want to try and draw the Ripper off of this. Ripper not located. I guess we'll field their Jetmir's Garden? No, because if I field, I can't play Sorin, right? Counter here. Maybe I should have put a counter on the Mutavault, actually. Because that way, if they kill the Preacher, I have a better attacker next turn. Sorin Preacher was the right play, but as stated, he is only trying next round if it's blue-white. That is a good point. Well, the weird thing about Sorin minus put in Preacher is if I draw Vein Ripper, then I have to use the second Sorin anyways. Which is kind of why I didn't want to do that. But maybe the second Sorin just doesn't matter that much. Maybe I secretly just want to, like, punt this match and build Dread Presence Crimes anyways. Lane line Binding. I do have Boseiju. Alright, Preacher down. Preacher down. That's a good question, Quit Swinging. Depending on how this goes, we might get a little weird. May or may not get a little weird. This. Counter. Play field. Attack you for 3, and then field your Jetmir's Garden, I guess. Not that it matters. They're just going to get a basic Plains. Get a little funky with it. No, we're not playing mono white. Am I a criminal? Today I am. In game, of course. In game, legally speaking. Yeah, I'm a criminal in Minecraft. Is this the? This isn't the one. Did they all look the same to me? I don't know. Vanishing Verse and Ahiri the Harbinger. I can beat that. I can beat that. You can beat that. We're chilling. All right. I will defeat your Niv Mizzet. I'll play Urborg. Go here. Slam for 4. They go to 7. Okay, Banishing Burst the Sorin, but whatever. That's fine. I think Gruul is sketchy in the Niv. I have not had the best experiences because the issue with that matchup hashtag is they just load up on a pile of helixes. And the big issue is if they have carried it into Helix, it's really hard. Like, they can Helix your prowess creature and then carry to block your Kumado. So it's actually, like, a little difficult for you to get pressure if they have those kinds of draws. That was the big issue with that matchup for me. But maybe the theory is that those draws just don't happen that often. I don't know. But I was losing more than I was winning with Gruul against Niv. Should be using Claws at least. The reason I'm not using Claws, I mean, I guess I want them to keep cards in the graveyard so I can eventually cycle it. In this instance, it probably doesn't matter because they have enough cards in their graveyard, but you don't always want to be using Claws, if that makes sense. Like, if they have one card in their graveyard and you tap the Claw, you don't plan on cycling it, and you tap the Claws to make them exile it, you then can't cycle it next turn because you can't cycle if you don't have a target. Again, in this instance, doesn't matter that much. They're shocking, so they can Binding, but they can't Binding Mutavault, so I'm going to go to combat. Boarding Ferocidon. Yeah, I wasn't doing that before, but it kind of makes sense, right? If the card that you're losing to is Lightning Helix, then boarding Ferocidon might make a lot of sense. I could see that. Miss Lethal? What do you mean? I know what my cards do. Contrary to popular belief, I do know what some of my cards do. Allegedly, of course. Not all of them, just some of them. On days that end in day, or on days that end in AY, that's when I know what my cards do. No, most of us don't read, especially the streamers. None of the streamers read their cards. We're going to game 3 right now. Chat really wants me to lose so we can go build Dread Presence. Did you know that Hostile Investigator commits crimes? Did you know that Pick Your Poison does not commit crimes? Should I keep this? It's my only castle. I don't want to keep it, but I think I should. Just go Freestrider into Hostile. I don't know, though. They're probably going to kill my Freestrider on 3. So, like, is it even that good? Pillage the Bog. Quit Swinging is just endlessly wants me to play a humans deck. I just don't have interest in playing those decks. I'm not saying they're bad, and I'm not saying that they're good. I'm just saying it doesn't interest me that much. Been really liking the Pioneer vids. Well, thank you. Well, welcome YouTube viewers. Glad you're enjoying the content. Play Mono White Control. We're actually playing we're for donation decks tomorrow, which, by the way, we still have 2 spots open for tomorrow. For donation decks tomorrow, we are playing a Mono White Devotion deck, which is akin to, Mono White Control. Similar vibes. You'll say it, they're bad. What's bad? Why is Hostile Investigator good? Because 4/3 that makes them discard and you draw a card is good in the grindy matchups. I've heard some buzz around Freestrider and Legacy. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Like, I have no idea if the deck is actually good, but it seems cool as hell. I mean, play Freestrider, force of will your spell, trigger my Freestrider, get a land. Like, that sounds kind of hot, right? Oh, the humans decks, yeah. I think we just slam Hostile, right? One more time. Hostile blocks Omnath. Yeah, Wasteland is also a crime. Wasteland is a crime in more ways than one. Yeah, I know Spike's been playing a lot of Freestrider in Modern. I think the card's good in Standard, too. I think it's just good in basically every format. I mean, I'm going to block every single time, right? I mean, if they have Ring to Light Sunfall, they shouldn't have attacked, because they're just taking 4 more damage and making a smaller Sunfall token. That was just not a very good attack if they have Sunfall. Because they can't target the Ripper, they have to get Sunfall, right? Oh, never mind, okay. It was actually a good attack. I have been mistaken. Touche, Broccoli. Touche. They have proven me wrong. I mean, you can't really ever go wrong with that, Bolin, right? Do I think we'll ever get a Pioneer Master set that's just reprints and introduction of modern legal cards to the Pioneer format? I have been thinking that they could do that. I don't know if it's the best idea, but I certainly have been thinking about what if they do that, because there's a couple of cards specifically from the original Innistrad block that I kind of would like in Pioneer. I don't know. I just think that the issue with that sort of stuff is it just kind of opens the door for, like, if they do that, then what's stopping them from doing Pioneer Horizons? And I don't know. It just kind of opens up the floodgates that I don't necessarily think you want to open with this format. Shizness, thank you for the 28 months. We just uploaded a rogue video yesterday. What are we doing here? They're at 7. A couple of things I can do here. I could throw Mutavault at them after playing Lookout, just to trigger the Lookout. Could also go Lookout, uptick Sorin, pass, hold up Clue. Can't quite Lookout Fields. I think they're very likely to kill my Mutavault. So I'm actually gonna do this. This play looks a little weird, but I kind of like it. And just throw the Mutavault at them, try to get them dead. Well, if I knew I was gonna miss on land, then that was a bad play. I had not anticipated not hitting a land off of that when that attack with the Vault first, because I just played it that turn. I just played it. That's bad. It's them back up to 7 too. We have no Vein Rippers to draw towards because they exiled them. That cover-up was brutal. It's not looking good. I guess we can kill the Tolsimir. Is that where I'm at? What if I just put a counter on the Mutavault? Because then they can't kill this Sorin. And then next turn, I can go animate, counter, play second Sorin, counter. Yeah, I think I like that. We can actually go here first. Yeah. Should have got a forest. Here, animate, Mutavault, counter, pass. They can put it to 1, but they're not killing Sorin this turn. I could just sack the Mutavault to kill this, but I can do that next turn, right? I can just do that next turn. When I hit blue source. They can just get a basic island, but maybe it was better to make them get a basic island. It also cuts them off second black, I guess. Maybe that's better. I don't care about winning or losing. Missing on the trigger is the worst of all feelings. The Freestrider, yeah, it's tough. Not looking so hot. It's okay. We're just one match closer to playing Dread Presence. That's all. That's all I see right now. Like, I'm staring at the camera right now, but it's just an illusion in front of me of a giant Dread Presence. All right, I don't want to play anymore. I do not want to play anymore. Well, if they don't have Karuga, it's probably not Quintorius, right? No payoff for Freestrider. Define payoff for Freestrider. What exactly do you mean by that when you say that sentence? Overgrown Tomb. All right, land me. I mean, I would like to keep that, but I need lands badly. Can I do Legacy Donate? Like the actual card Donate? What can I donate and you'll play Mono White? Yeah, I'll play Mono White for a donation deck. All right, show me your thoughts. Show me your thoughts and your secrets, E-Chains. E-Chains. No more lies. All right, claws me. Dino jump scare. Oh my god. Are we having reserve list conversations? Come on, man. I just can't with the reserve list conversations. Please tell me that's not what we're getting into. Oh, I veto Delver decks. I get it. That's not true. Nobody's ever submitted one. How do I donate for the donor deck? There should be an exclamation point dono command. That should bring you to the link to the Streamlabs donation page. Just submit it through there. Or the 5 gifted subs if you want to do that instead. Kind of want to just plot. Just gonna plot. Guess I could hold up Fatal Push, but there's kind of no reason to, because they can just Prismari command into a treasure, and then I can't push the treasure. So, I mean, I've played my fair share of Legacy before. I've been dazed, all right? Let's just say I've been dazed before. Discarded Tyrant and Vaultborn. Or Tyrant Emperor, rather. Not play a land. Noted. Noted. Claws you. It's an awkward land to draw, although it doesn't matter because I don't have 4-drops in my deck, so we'll just do this first. Sorin me? Fortunately, that is not a Sorin. We did hit a Lookout, though, so I guess we'll take that. They didn't draw another No More Lies, did they? That'd be kind of rude. You think they're playing Dwarven Mines in their 3-color deck? Or actually 4-color deck? Maybe. Beep, 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 bug. Sulking Assassin, thank you for the 7-month resub. Appreciate that, Sulking. Welcome back. Weebs detected. Weebs detected. Opponent hates Dread Presence. Do you think they even know what that card is? Alright, you have a Vaultborn Tyrant. Can I beat a Vaultborn Tyrant? I don't know. Maybe I can. Does Vein Ripper beat Vaultborn Tyrant? I have no idea. Maybe it does. Probably this one, because I have the Lair in play. We are going to find out if Vein Ripper beats Vaultborn Tyrant. I think the answer is probably no. I can try, though. Do I have to trade for it? I can try to race it. I mean, depending on what their leftovers are, I can race this card. It's not that hard, right? If they go land second creativity, then we're obviously dead, but... Okay, that is not bad. I know it puts me to 8, but it doesn't make me dead. Although I guess it's a little sketchy if they have Helix. They didn't cast the Helix? Huh. I guess they're going to Shark for 1. 21, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Don't I just animate Mutavault and hold up double Fatal Push? So I'm going to go to 8. I'm going to go to 2. Take Helix. Take Helix, attack for... Animate just the Mutavault, I think. Yeah, I guess I could animate the Lair. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can animate the Lair and still hold up double Fatal Push. I don't like that, though. I kind of would rather... I'll do it like this. I kind of would rather give myself the opportunity to hold up Mutavault activation and push my own Mutavault. But if I animate the Lair, I can't necessarily do that and double Fatal Push. So I think this is okay. I can probably also play the Claws, because then I still have enough to go animate Mutavault and double Fatal Push. So they're going to Shark. Just going to cast this now. Just to make sure it resolves. And now we don't even die to Helix. We just go to 1 if they have Helix. No blocking? No, I'm just going to take 6. And why do I need a block? Can also animate Lair for an insta-death. No, Lair specifically says X can't be 0. Case of emergency, pop Claws, push Outlook. Well, isn't it just better to animate Mutavault than push my Mutavault? Isn't that the same thing? Do you think they specifically did that just because of Arena? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. The Arena players would be so mad. Why is my Lair of the Hydra just dying every single time I click on it, you know? It's really unfortunate. I must be doing... This card has to be bugged, you know? I could see the very first bug report that somebody would send on that predates Arena. I'm pretty sure AFR does not predate Arena, right? So they're actually not dead, right? Because they can sack Tyrant and get a copy of it. Trigger this. Does that kill them? You can kill the token with push. Doesn't the token retain the mana value? Yeah, it retains the mana value. So if I take Hive, how much mana do I have to animate? They go to 6. How much life this game? Gains 3 life. So I can go drain them to 6, animate Mutavault, push my Mutavault, put them to 4. They go back up to 7, and then I can go... Yeah, I guess it's not quite enough, is it? Do I take the other Mutavault over the Hive? Because I don't really have enough mana to go Hive Lair next turn. Assuming I'm pushing my own Mutavault, they counter push. Oh, they do have Normalized. That is true. Let's take Hive. Are they going to counter the push? They might. Well, no, it doesn't Enlightened Master because they're killing the Vein Ripper now, right? So if I just attack, the Vein Ripper's gone. I guess it deals 2 damage, but it also gains me 2 life if I do it that way, right? And the life is kind of important. Shitty thing about this line is if I draw Sorin, I don't have a vampire to sack. Okay, maybe this is bad. I kind of need the life, though, don't I? Because, like, they have a 6/6 and I'm at 6. I don't know. I think I'd rather keep the vampire in play, though. I would love to find Boseiju. That'd be nice. You have blockers? I do, yeah, I do have blockers. I already used the Freestrider, right? Yeah, from the Vein Ripper. I think I'm going to cycle one of these. I think that's a good point. I don't know, I guess I'll target this. Oh, right, I just have the Field of Ruin. I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot about the field. Well, that probably just kills them, right? Triumph, discard, push. 1, 2. Commit the crime. Can I gift 2 subs and you pick the 1 or 2 color humans deck? Whichever one you'd rather have me play quit swinging, that's fine, yeah. But you just gift the subs and then post the deck list in the Discord. They drew Dovin's Veto. Okay. We didn't know about that, right? Oh, no, we did. Okay, I'm just stupid. I thought their only counterspell was Normalize for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why I thought their only counterspell was Normalize. So, when are we meant to... I guess we just field now? I don't think we can kill them, though. They just don't have a basic. Okay, noted. Play this. If you're asking me to pick the deck, what I would recommend, Quit Swinging, if you could just post both of the deck lists in the Discord. There's a donation deck channel in the Discord. If you could type !Discord, you can get a link to that. But if you could just post both deck lists, then I'll decide tonight. Maybe just pass, right? Just pass and, like, chump block with Lair. There's no reason to get super aggressive. Just Hive is my vote. I guess I could Hive and then chump block with Freestrider. Maybe that's fine. I think we have located the victory. That means we have one open spot for donation decks tomorrow. If anybody wants to take that last spot, just like Quit Swinging, 5 gifted or $25 dues. Oh, they drew their only basic? Nice. Love to see it. All right, you're dead, right? I promise you're dead this turn. Black, animate Hive, animate Mutavault, animate Lair. This is enough, right? There's no way it's not enough. All right, cool. Oh man, I feel like that game was closer than I wanted it to be. Closer than I wanted it to be. Zide. Okay, what are we doing against Vaultborn Tyrant Creativity? Or Sylvan Advocate? I kind of forgot that was a magic card. Advocate is kind of nice with Lookout, because you want to play a bunch of creature lands with this card anyways, so you're finding creature lands but hitting all of your land drops. It's actually kind of a cool idea. Anybody remember Sylvan Advocate? 2/3 for 2. As long as you control 6 or more lands, Sylvan Advocate and land creatures you control get +2/+2. It's kind of like a good idea if we're going to play that many creature lands. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. Yeah. Maybe not in the vampire focus shell, but in the normal black-green crimes deck, it could be good. All right, what do we want against creativity? I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really want any of these cards. None of them seem particularly great. Yeah, but that involves them resolving creativity and you killing the Vaultborn Tyrant, and they're just up so many cards. I don't think that's I just don't think that's a good place to be. Maybe it's better than Vadmir. Play Hostile, maybe? Oh, true. They do have Fable Enchained. Okay. I guess that's more of a reason to play Pick Your Poison. Let's just cut the Vadmirs then. Play Pips. Vadmir kind of sucks against them because they just Helix it. I mean, I guess they can also Helix Lookout. Could have also cut Fatal Push. I guess keeping in a couple of these can be good against Fable the Beerbreaker. But I think keeping in 4 is probably incorrect. Yeah, I probably should have cut some Fatal Pushes. It's really only good against Fable, and I guess Shark Tokens, maybe? Okay, that's good. Well, that's also good. All right, please tap out for Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. I would greatly appreciate that. Did I miss a song request? I don't think I did. They did tap out for Fable. The issue is they also have the Clue token, so might still be a little sketchy. So they can go land creativity, the Clue token. We go uptick on Vein Ripper, gain 7. No, we might be able to win the race. You have a different name on Discord. That's all good. Let me check the channel. Is your name Cheap Shark Dummy, or is that not you? How do you make a song request? There should be a channel point option. If you click on the little channel point thing, there should be an option to submit a song request through channel points. We also do song requests for 2 gifted subs. Put counter on it. And before I get settled, I think I am going to cast... No, I'm just going to play the Preacher this turn. I was going to say play the Lookout pre-combat. So if they somehow remove the Ripper in combat, I get the trigger off Lookout. But I kind of want to cast the Preacher this turn. They're a Simic Crimes deck. I mean, the really good thing about playing Lookout is you have a lot of cheap crime enablers in black and or red, right? Like black has Fatal Push Thoughtseize, red has Torch the Tower, and there's just not... You don't get a lot of those when you're not playing red or black. Like there's, you know, outside of exactly Claws, there's really no other good 1-mana crime enabler. Unless you want to get super duper deep and play something like you can play Codex Shredder, I guess, but then you're just playing a bunch of bad cards, you know? Could keep that. I'm only 1 land away from casting it. You're 9? I don't think I need it. Could Relic of Progenitus Crime him? Well, Relic is not legal in Pioneer. If Relic was legal in Pioneer, I'd probably be playing it over Scrabbling Claws. Would it be worth it to go Sultai and splash Oko? Why do you want to play Oko? You're talking about the 4-mana Oko, right? Why is that card good? Glacial Fortress. Okay, now we cast Lookout pre-combat. How'd they gain life? They helix my Sorin, I see. Yeah, you could play Hearst too, because at least Hearst still does kind of curve into Lookout nicely, where you just go turn 2 Hearst, turn 3 Lookout. But I don't know, you end up playing a lot more 2-drops in that case. I really just want to play more 1-mana ways to enable crimes, so that you can set up that spot where you go like turn 4 Lookout plus 1-mana thing and immediately get the land out of it. If you don't draw the if you haven't drawn the claws. All right, unfortunately, at least at the time of making this comment, we will not be switching to Dread Presence. Yeah, so I don't know, it's a little suspicious of me, or a little suspicious to me, to play a 4-mana card that doesn't commit a crime, because like your whole deck is kind of centered around committing crimes, you know? All right, this hand looks bad, but I'm going to keep it. This hand's okay if they're playing an aggressive deck, because we can actually go turn 2 Vadmir, we can not use the push, and then turn 3 we can go field them on my turn, and then push on their turn, but it looks like they're playing Waste Not. Waste Not. Waste or Waste Not? Why not keep this last match? Alright, well, they took my push. Well, that was the only legal target, I guess. We call that a Duress Bug. Duress Bug secured. We'll draw Sorin, it's fine. I'm not worried. Dusk Legion Zealot. They did give us a target for Fatal Push, which is good. I mean, I'm gonna just try to do the thing that my deck does, right? I know they could have Fatal Push, but it's the only way that I can get double crime here. I'm sure they have Fatal Push, but, you know, no matter what, it's, you know, it's gonna happen at some point, and I just want to make this thing big. Yeah, no longer Waste Not. Looks like it's just vampires. Okay, well, that's good. I'm actually not going to upkeep it, because they might play, maybe they play a Harvester this turn. I guess this line is really bad if they have Preacher. Well, it looks like we have died. Why are they doing this? They went sacrifice a vampire. I guess it didn't matter because they knew that. Well, no, they didn't know. Oh, they didn't know about the Fatal Push, right? Okay, that's a good draw. Because now we can just kill theirs. Actually, no, we just do this, right? We just let them have a Sorin on 1, I think? Yeah, surely we let them have a Sorin on 1, right? Maybe they have 8 Sorins in hand. Yeah, I mean, they didn't know about the Fatal Push, so it made sense. Because they, to their knowledge, they duressed the Fatal Push, so yeah, they didn't know that I had it. But that was kind of a big blowout. She Old Red. Just not going to activate Sorin. Okay, noted. Well, I don't have lethal this turn. I could put a counter on Vadmir and just send 11 at them and ignore the Sorin. Or I could put a counter on Vainripper and hold back the Vadmir. Actually, do I have lethal? 6. They go to 10. Cast Vadmir, keep this one. They go to 8. Fling this, that's 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I can only deal them 13 this turn. I mean, they're going to block the Vadmir if I just go attack with both, right? I think what I want to do is... I think I like this line. How many counters need to fly? It doesn't get flying, it gets menace, but it needs to have 4 counters to get menace lifelink. Really? I am okay with this. I think this is a pretty good outcome for me. Because then we even have Edict Protection here. Could have gotten it. How could I have gotten it? Oh, if I play the Vadmir pre-combat, right? I play the Vadmir pre-combat, keep the same one I have in play, Vainripper target them, trigger, make it a 5/5, counter, make it a 6/6. I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot that the Vainripper was going to commit a crime to pump the same one. Okay. Yeah, I should have done that for sure then. That would have been much better. All right, against the Vampire's strategy, I will bring in Pick Your Poison. I'd like to pick your poison. And I don't know what I want to cut. I mean, Vadmir kind of cooked that game, but I do think it's maybe our weakest card against Fatal Push. All right, as good as Vadmir was that game, I am going to cut it. Could trim on Push, maybe. What's up, Nausea? Do all of the Outlaws commit crimes? I kind of didn't think about that. I'm going to keep this. We'll draw land. Yeah, honestly, when I put Vadmir into this deck, I was a little suspicious of it, just given that it's... You know, 2-mana 2/2 doesn't impact the battlefield, but it being a vampire and a crime payoff is really like exactly what this specific deck is looking for. Took my Thoughtseize, kind of rude. Alright, I will need to draw a land that produces green mana, please. I guess we can field for a forest. I mean, that's pretty good. I guess I didn't get the draw step stop in time. I did kind of want to field them in their draw step. Okay, turns out it didn't matter. Actually, it did, because now they get to hold up mana. I still have to get a forest, right? I could just get Swamp, push the token, and hope to rip a land. Kind of sketchy, though. Seems really sketchy. Yeah, let's not do that. Like, the reason I want to kill their token now is because if they have Bitter Triumph, I want to kill their token before I do the Sorin Baneripper thing, because now they actually have something to sack to the thing. And I mean, I'm not going to not, you know what I mean? I'm not going to not do this. And this gives me an out to draw another land next turn and go Freestrider plus push, which could be a good turn, even if they do kill the Ripper. There's no correlation between outlaws and committing crimes. I feel like that's kind of a flavor fail, though. Like, wouldn't you think that the outlaws are more likely to commit crimes because they're outlaws? We're attacking. I'm going to block. They're going to go Bitter Triumph, sack Mutavault. Is that what's happening? Seems like that's what's happening. Oh. Okay, never mind. So they're just going to do this, sack the token. Sure. Feels like asking for Johnny Law to come when they're laying low. Breacher. Awkward. I guess I can go pick your poison, the Fable. Pick your poison, the Fable, Claws, cycle, try to rip it on tap land, then push the Breacher. Just let them have Fable. Yeah, I could let them have Fable and just go Claws, pop the Claws main phase, push the Preacher. And I want to main phase pop the Claws in case I draw a tap land. Then I can just pip the Fable next turn and leave them with just Mutavault Sorin. Plus this, I guess. Yeah, I think that's my only play. So let's go Claws. Let's go Claws, pop, get rid of this. Not the worst draw. I guess the other option here was just plus Sorin, play Claws, pass. Let them go to combat, and if they don't send both creatures at Sorin, we can just push whichever one is coming at Sorin. But then they get to keep the Preacher, because they probably would send they would just send the Mutavault at the Sorin and the Preacher at me. So, yeah, that's kind of awkward, too. Weird spot. But now we can just go pick your poison, the Fable, push the Mutavault. Alright, Sorin down. Sorin down. Give me a land? Not quite. Alright, so you sack an enchantment. Play Claws, pass, push the Mutavault, untap Lookout Claws, and then just try to take over the game with Lookout. Some kind of ism. My streamer is racist. I promise you I'm not racist. I'm being gaslit by chat. Oh, I meant to ask you, Quit Swinging, what is your Discord name? Did you post it in the donation deck channel? Oh, here it is. Green Machine. Okay, cool, I gotcha. You want to build an Abzan build of this with Siege Rhino. Does Siege Rhino commit crimes? Rhinos are law-abiding citizens. I don't believe you, alright? I really don't believe you. Each opponent, you hate to see it. Yeah, Siege Rhino does not commit crimes, but everybody who is not playing Siege Rhino is committing a crime. Just let the Rhino cook, you know? Rhino does cook. Somebody asked about tryharding a Pioneer. What was this? Was that Rosie Dog? You're trying to tryhard a Pioneer prelim. Should I play in Soul that I have a ton of experience with, or just play a different deck? I would recommend just trying Phoenix. Sacrifice a vampire. It's kind of like one of those clinical trials where it's like, you know, I hated my life until I tried Arclight Phoenix. It's kind of what I feel like. It's what I felt like the first time that I, you know, sleeve the deck and just cast Opt on turn one. It's a hell of a drug. Phoenix is messed up. 1, 2, 3. Look out. Do I want your $25 or not? What do you mean? Are you asking for the last dono slot? If you want it out, yeah, you can have it. We got one slot open. It's whoever gets it first. Sorin. Man, Lookout is so sick. Lookout's just going to carry this game, right? How good is this card? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you will accept Legacy Freestrider lands, lock it in. I mean, I'm Freestrider pilled, so any deck that you send me with Freestrider in it, I'm not going to say no to it. Unless it's like blue-white control with Freestrider, then I'll probably say no to it. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Yeah, you can do $25 or 5 gifted subarinos. 5 gifted footlong subs. $5 footlongs. 5 $5 footlongs. I've been told by my Twitch chat that apparently the subs are the $5 footlongs are actually no longer $5, and I feel like my whole childhood was a lie. Tom, I feel like this is a card that you would enjoy. This is definitely a Tom card. Lair me? You could pay for donuts and food. Only if they're Subway footlongs. God, this card is so broken. I tap my artifact, and I put 2 lands into play. Is that good? I know, they used to be $5, but I'm just saying. All right, what is their plan? Besides die. I'll do this in case they hit a Vein Ripper. Here comes the money. Dollar, dollar. Subway footlong. Enlightened Master, thank you for the $25 donation. We have locked up all 4 spots for donation decks this Thursday, but if you would like to get in on the action next week, just like Enlightened Master or Quit Swinging, you can donate 5 gifted subs or $25 dues. All right, 07's Freestrider. I don't know why they didn't kill it on their turn. The disrespect. Okay, so here. I would like to hold up Field of Ruin, so I will do that. I mean, this game's just kind of Jover, right? Sorin, you. Wait, can I just kill them? I forgot that I could have just animated a big Lair. I think I could have killed them that turn. Do you play Profit Phoenix? Yes, the list that I would strongly recommend right now is look up a list by the username Duke12. Just do a Google search, and you can search Duke12 MTGO, and just copy their Phoenix list. That's the list that I'm playing. They have 2 profs. It was 1 short. I had to have been close, right? Did you count the Citadel adding 2 for the Lair? I didn't do the math. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. Yeah, I think the Citadel would have made it lethal. Again, it doesn't really matter that much. Can't ever lose this game. Dun, dun. This card's so disgusting. God damn it, dude. What a magic card, huh? What a magic card. It just soloed this game. I mean, I did have 2 of them, to be fair, but literally just soloed this game. Can you imagine if Field of the Dead was still legal in this format? I can hardcast that. I don't need to, but I can. I'll just do this. Yeah, it duoed this game. Alright, if you're not convinced by Freestrider Lookout now, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, no. Yeah, we'll keep this. This hand plays. Any idea of playing it a blue-green shell? So, the problem with playing any color that's not black or red, and I've talked about this a couple of times today, the black and red cards are, like, there's a lot more 1-mana crime enablers, right? Fatal Push, Thoughtseize in black, Torch the Tower, I guess Bone Crusher's not 1 mana, but you have cheaper ways to commit crimes that also interact with their creatures, and blue just doesn't have that, you know? Like, what are your removal spells in blue-green? Like, you're going to play Witness Protection? I guess that is a 1-mana way to trigger Lookout, but that card sucks, you know? Yeah, Spell Pierce, I guess. Spell Pierce does not kill creatures, though. I better see a lot of jewels in the chat. I better see a lot of jewels in the chat. Vodalian Hex Sketcher. So they're going to trade Biomancer for it? Okay with that. Definitely attack now. Grouper K, thank you again for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Very, very nice of you. Wow, more Joels, more Joels, more Joels. Joel. Silvergill floating a green mana. Does anybody happen to know the lyrics to the song, by the way? I forgot to ask. Whoa. Oh, they're doing the combo with Deep Root Pilgrimage. I see. Nopers? We do not have anybody in the chat that knows the lyrics. I guess I should do this now. Is there any world where blue-green Freestrider goes on standard? Again, what are the blue ways to commit crimes? I don't think I'm ever castling in this matchup. I mean, I might. I already got 3 dual lands. Yeah, Tidebinder is expensive, though, you know. I want cheap ways to commit crimes. Fading Hope is reasonable. I guess Fading Hope and Witness Protection are probably the 2 best ones. But I don't want to play Deserts. I don't want to play tap lands. Blue has the 1-mana cyclers that target creatures. What are those cards? Yeah, Fading Hope and Witness Protection are fine cards. Those are like acceptable cards. But then past Lookout, what's your other crime payoff? Because green-red gives you Magda, green-black gives you Vadmir and Karavek, but there's no blue crime payoff, right? It's not bad. How much do I care about Kumena? I think at this current time, I do not care about Kumena. Maybe I will later on, but the thing about holding the Fatal Push is I have to find a Field of Ruin. I really got to trigger these now, you know. Doing it now is worse if they have Pierce, which it looks like they do. Okay, it's annoying. I really wanted to find a field there. I guess Hive can also commit crimes. I think we're not in the best spot. Kumena's really good. Really got to kill Kumena. The 03 Flyer is the blue payoff. I don't know what the 03 Flyer is. I'm going to look it up right now. Let's go to Scryfall. All right, Scryfall. Advanced search. Text. Crime. Oh, Duelist of the Mind. Is that a good enough payoff? It only triggers once each turn. Well, I guess they all do, right? Mill 3 cards. I guess, like, 1/3 can't be blocked that draws a card. No. 2 mana draw 2. Like, these are okay cards, but I don't think there's anything nearly as powerful as, like, Karavek or Gisa. Or even Magda, for that matter. They get to make 4 2/2s this turn. How do we ever beat that? The answer is we don't. 1, 2, 4. I need to commit a crime this turn. That's why I'm doing this. 2, 4, whenever you commit a crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. Nah, that card sucks. I don't think you want to play that card. Oh, there's the fields. Would have been nice to hit one of those last turn. We might just be dead on board. I have no opinion. I think we should be focusing on finding Freestrider ramp payoffs. Everybody keeps saying you need to be playing Freestrider payoffs. I don't know what that means. I'm very confused. I don't understand exactly what you mean by Freestrider payoff. Like, do you want me to play? What's the Spike meme card? Like, are we playing Expansion Explosion or are we playing Torment of Hailfire? Is that what you want to play? You know, like I feel like everybody in chat just wants to put a bunch of shitty X spells into their deck. You just don't have to do that. Like, look at how much mana we can use. We have Mutavault, Castle Locthwain, Hive, and Field. Like, we can use all of our mana next turn. You don't need to play X spells. The payoff is just having lands that do shit. Yeah, Lair of the Hydra is better than all of the X spells. I know, I'm not trying to single you out, but I mean, I'm just like, I've been having that question asked all day, and I don't know what people mean when they say Freestrider payoff. Like, I'm just confused by those exact words is what I'm confused by. Because nobody's told me what it means yet. Hey, Villainous Wealth commits a crime, BK, alright? It does target an opponent. Just saying. Why am I still playing this game, by the way? We have no outs. Dude, if I had Field, I would be unstoppable if I had Field with Lookout. Are you kidding me? I would never lose a game for the rest of my life. Can't be blocked. I feel like they probably could have killed me this turn. Just gonna throw that out there. Not that it matters. I have no outs. Thespian Stage commits a crime? Well, you have to target their lands, right? I'm good. I am good. I'm good. All right, path me. Path me, please. I would like to be pathed. I would like to be pathed every day for the rest of my life. Not a single one of these other cards looks enticing. I will cut a Pillage the Bog and a Preacher of the Schism. I'm not convinced that I do. Alright, I can't mull this. I don't have it in me. Claws me. Your content is always very informative, and I appreciate the way you explain your lines and what you're expecting. Well, thank you, Noah Constrictor. Thank you for the kind words. I greatly appreciate that. It's very nice of you. They're a land that has an ability, like tap, target land gains a basic land type or similar type effect. I think there are creatures that do that, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there are lands that do that. There's, the only other, like, okay, so if you want to get really deep, hold on. If you want to get really deep on crime enablers, I found out the other day that this card is legal in Pioneer. I don't know how many 1-mana crime enablers you want, but you could play 8 if you wanted to. Now, not that you should put Codex Shredder into your deck, but you could do it, you know? Just saying. Like, if you went super deep on crimes, it is not unreasonable to do that. But I don't know what that shell would look like. Yeah, Thespian's is kind of cool because you can do it over and over again. Works well with claws. Oh, you mill them and then claws them. Combo. Do you remember? Do. All right, I deploy the Lookout. Navigators come pass. Navigators come pass. Artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3, tap until end of turn, target land you control. Oh, it's you control. You can't do it to theirs. Works well with Deep Muck. Oh, the one that mills them? No, we're not doing that. We're not milling them with Deep Muck. This is not going to be a muck stream, all right? We're not going to become muckers. It's kind of fucked up. I guess I should have main phased. I didn't think about Tidebinder. All right, big punish. Big punish. I forgot about Tidebinder, to be honest with you, Sam. It just hadn't, like, registered with me. I always forget about that card. I remember the first week that this card was legal in Modern, I would never, ever crack a fetch on my main phase, and I got got at least, like, 6 times by this. And I had to, like, ingrain it into my brain to play around this card, because I just refused to for some reason. I mean, I could just cast this next turn, debating if I want to attack with Preacher. Kind of want to see what they have first. Take a little peek. Working with BB Gun. What kind of goods do you have for me today? Huh. Those are 2 pretty good cards. Okay. Alright, no attacks. New plan. Don't attack my opponent. Just cast Vein Ripper next turn. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it is a plan. Shocked they didn't Cord in response. So, their mana was a little weird, right? They couldn't Hexcatcher and Cord because they only have 2 green creatures. And I think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to go Hexcatcher and then Cord for a Lord. But they didn't quite have the requisite mana to do that. Oh wait, they just have Otawara in hand. Right. Which means we can't possibly win, because they can just bounce my Vein Ripper. Not great. Ideal. Okay. I guess I shouldn't F6, because if they attack with Tidebinder, I can trade Preacher or be criming. We are 100% losing this game. I think. Alright, I cast Vein Ripper. It is your turn. Oh, they discarded Otawara. Okay, that's good. I didn't notice that. The empty sacrifice on Croaky stream earlier. I did not quite realize the extent to how much he hated that card. He must really hate that card. And I now know. You know, it's a valuable lesson that I've now learned for the next stream. Next time I'm hanging out at a Croaky stream, I'm just not going to say that word, you know? It's a lesson that everybody learns at least once in their life. What do I know for next time? It's a reasonable card to hate. Is it, though? I thought it was a good suggestion, but apparently I was wrong. Double trigger, they have to double block Preach. I'm just going to hold everything else back. Because I can guaranteed kill them next turn, right? And I have 4 blockers. I just want to leave as many blockers back as possible. Because they don't have to block the Preacher, right, if I attack. I just take it. Is that bad? Put a counter on each Merfolk, but they have to tap 5 to do that? 4, 5. Yeah, this is fine. I think we still have them dead. No, I just legit didn't realize, like, I didn't know he hated that card that much. But, you know, I know for next time. I wasn't trying to troll him on purpose. Yeah, these decks have been playing a lot of Kumenas. Is this game 3? No, this is game 2. We will be going to game 3 shortly. There's no way they can block and survive, right? If I just fire up everything. I don't think it's possible, but I didn't do the math. I didn't do the math. It was a content ban. I mean, they have no cards, right? They make 14 tokens. Right, but this puts them to 4, which they can't block, right? They can't block this Vein Ripper. And then they're at 4, which means they have to block at least 4 of these, which just kills them with the Vein Ripper, you know? All right, cool. Game 3. Have I tried Bronco and Pioneer? I have, Jalen. We actually uploaded a Bronco video the other day. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, so go check that on the YouTube. It was okay. They were empty-handed. Right, but they can Kumena draw. They can use Kumena to draw. Draw into a bounce spell is what they were saying. Do I want pips against that enchantment? How much do I really care about that card? I just don't think I do. I don't know. I really just don't think I do. Pillage seems mega bad. Well, it digs for Sweeper, which is why I like it. This hand's nuts. This hand is the schnuts. This is like all I ever want in life. I don't want to do... I look at this hand, and I never want to play any deck for the rest of my life that's not this. Is Scrabbling Claws the new best card in Pioneer? Your start's pretty good. Don't bruh me. Why are you bruhing me? Don't you dare bruh me. I'm just speaking facts right now. Oh, I didn't play around Tidebinder again. God damn it. How do I keep not playing around Tidebinder? I just pretend that card doesn't exist. Although, in this instance, maybe I want them to Tidebinder the Vadmir so I can look out. This is like one of the rare circumstances that I actually think it was kind of fine to hold it. No attacks, right? I think they're probably gonna court this time. Worlds. Okay. I'm gonna clause after they loot because I want to clause while they don't have Tidebinder up. They discarded Kumena. They must have a second one. Lair me. Lair me, please. Layer me. Layers. They might have Cauldron. I highly doubt they would keep Cauldron in their deck against the 4 Scrabbling Claws deck. If they had it, they probably would have boarded it out. So we go Lookout, Thoughtseize. I'm not holding up Field Push, but it should be fine. It shouldn't be a huge deal. This is just so dumb. Now they have to Tidebinder, right? They can Cord for 3. All right. I mean, which one are you Tidebindering? You can only stop one of them. They have to stop Vad, right? No, they stopped one of the Freestriders. Yeah, the Vadmir gets lifelink on 6 counters. Or 4 counters when it's a 6/6. Probably Kumena. The Tidebinder is kind of annoying, though. It's going to sound weird. I have to take Kumena, right? Because they can just put a counter on everything this turn if I don't take it. Like, if I take Tidebinder, they just go Kumena counter. How much of an issue is that? Well, they can just trade 2 3/3s for the 6/6, right? Well, I can make it a 7/7, I guess. Not next turn, but the turn after. You know what? I'm going to take the Tidebinder. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to take the Tidebinder. No idea if this is right. Oh, I could just make it a 7/7 next turn, right? Because I go Claws on their turn, Field on my turn. I can actually go Claws on their turn, Field Push on my turn, and then Push on their turn to make it an 8/8. A piece of me. I think we're fine. All right, 6/6 Menace Lifelink. Another Field. Okay, so here's the plan. We're going to play Field. I'm going to hold control. The reason I'm holding control is because I would like to Fatal Push before they can Spell Pierce me. Does that make sense? Kind of makes sense. Kill Kumena. So they can tap everything to put a counter, but then I'm just going to hit them for 10. 13, actually. And they kind of can't afford to not tap everything, right? They need the counters, I think. Vadmir does clear. Vadmir about to solo this game. Kumena can't be blocked this turn.
Bruh.
All right. I can't block it. I cannot block it. I will not declare a blocker on Kumena this turn. Can confirm. They must have misclicked. That had to have been a misclick, right? Yeah. I think we still would have been fine. Even if they put the counters, I think we're still fine this game, honestly. Did I see 2 mono white decks for tomorrow? Yeah, well, one of them is mono white devotion / control. So it's like kind of a fake mono white deck. It's not your grandma's mono white deck, you know? Push Tidebinder. No. I want to save the push for there. I just don't need the lands off the lookout. For chump blocking. Okay. Go. I think I'd also rather save push for a Lord. Right? Like, I just don't... They have 6 power in play. I have a 7/7 lifelink. They're not going to race me. Now they can't cast Coco. That's funny. Green, blue. That resolves. Yeah, I respond. We'll keep the Takenuma in the deck. It's time for crimes. I mean, I just don't care about the Cauldron, right? Because I can claws whatever they target. That is fine. I can probably kill them if I animate both of these. I haven't done the math yet, but I'm sure I can probably kill them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They did have the Cauldron, too. Somebody in chat mentioned that earlier. Am I pushing now? I think I'll just wait. Oh, they conceded. All right, cool. 3-1, chat. This deck is performing reasonably well. What's kind of impressive to me is the amount of games that we're winning that we don't have Sorin Vein Ripper. Like, we're actually winning a good number of games without that combo, which, like, you know, the whole concept behind the deck is that you're doing the Sorin Vein Ripper stuff, but you actually have a good backup plan. That's the idea. You get a quick rundown on the Pioneer Doomblades. That's going to cost you 5 gifted subs. I mean, the best one is probably Bitter Triumph, because it kills Wandering Emperor and Sorin. And, like, you just don't give a shit about 3 life. 3 life. What is 3 life these days? You know? What do we equate 3 life to? Oh, we have a mono white enjoyer. Fellow mono white enjoyer. Never mind. Never mind. We have a war criminal. War criminal spotted. Rip me. It's close. Not quite sure why I cast that. I don't know why I cast that. I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you why I cast that card. I got nothing. The Outcaster Green Blade was surprisingly insane. What's the Outcaster Green Blade? I'm not familiar with that card. I refuse to cycle this, by the way. Sure wish I had a Sorin in play, huh? If only there was a way that I could have had a Sorin in play this turn. Really nothing that could have been done, honestly. Nothing that could have been done. It's unfortunate. Wish I drew the Sorin last turn. 2G, 1-2 with ATBs. Oh, the Tarmogoyf for deserts. I guess that card is good with Lookout. Nice Coco. What a great deck. What an excellent deck that my opponent's playing. Collected Company. That's a really good top deck. Well, shit. I have to take Skyclave and just hope they brick on these. I don't have a choice. I don't think. Go here, counter here, play castle, slam for 5. And just hope they brick on both of these, which is not likely, but I think doing it any other way is kind of just not a winning line. Though I guess if this hits Skyclave, it's just as bad. It just won't. It's fine.
Bruh.
Well, there is that, I guess. There is that. Surely I can still win this game, right? Never mind. I will proceed to the next game. All right, pick your poison. Path of Peril looks weird to bring it in because they don't have a lot of 2-drops, but we actually have white mana off Citadel, so I am going to bring in the Paths. I could see myself bringing in Hostile Investigator, honestly. I don't know if that's a good idea. Pillage can go, and... I mean, Vadmir was kind of cooking that game, but I think it's worse than the 3-drops, right? Oh, yeah, we should bring in Knight, too. Okay, if I'm going to bring in Knight, then I definitely want to cut the Vadmirs. We have to cut 2 cards. Preacher, maybe? Could trim on Lookout. Could do, like, Lookout Claws. I really don't want to cut a Lookout, though, because Lookout helps me find my white sources for Path. Cut, like, a Claws and a Preacher, maybe? Let's try that. Let's do 1 Claw, 1 Preacher. All right. Play first. I'll draw Black Source. I'm not sure that their deck can actually beat turn 3 Sorin Ripper, so I'm willing to keep a hand like this. Well, you hate the Angel deck because you play mono white, which is understandable, you know? Had it the whole time, by the way. Kayla's, Righteous, or Voice. I'm just gonna take one of your voices, I guess. I don't think I care about anything else. Holy macaroni! I cast my Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, and I put my Vein Ripper... I'm not going to finish that statement. I am going to RCQ on Saturday. I'm playing Is It Phoenix? Is It Phoenix? I'm Phoenix pilled at this point. I cannot stop playing the Phoenix deck. They're 19. You know what? I don't want to just do this. No, because, yeah, that's actually fine if they kill Sorin. I really don't care. This is, like, the most insanely aggressive line I've ever taken in my life, but just don't care. Like, they just can't win, right? What config for Phoenix am I doing? The only thing that I would consider spicy that I'm doing is playing 2 copies of Profs, but it is the list that I got was from Duke12, who played it in a prelim, and that's the list that I copied. Alright, so we go here. Fatal Push me. They have Lauren's Escape? That'd be funny. Nope. Game Tree. I have green mana, but I don't have black mana. How much do I need black mana, really? It sounds offensive. Shut up. I'm looking to 6. Yeah, somebody clip it and ship it to Mengu. What if I made that a new sub-sound? Oh my god, I should make that a sub-sound. Alright, I should not keep this hand. I'm not going to. I want to. This one's a little bit better. This one I can't keep. Dusk's Shadow. Name out the 5. That's good for me. I like that. Citadel on green, I think? It still might be better to name black for Ripper. I don't know if I need a second green source. Imagine having anti-angel tech. Yeah. I mean, if you're prepared for Amalia, you're prepared for angels, right? Am I happy with the deck? It's felt good. The reason that I think I like it a little bit more than the version that, like, the version of Crimes that we played yesterday is... Why was my F2 not work? Is it has a much better, like, proactive plan. So, the issue with... I should have played the Mutavault. The problem with the deck that we played yesterday is it's like, it's doing too much dirtling, and this, you know, like, when you do this, you're just not doing that kind of stuff. So I like that you have the same engine of Lookout, all right, they were dead. You have the same engine with Lookout, Claws, that kind of stuff. Vadmir has been very impressive because it's a vampire, it triggers crimes, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know, just like this deck has felt very, very good. It's like doing all the same grindy stuff that we were doing yesterday, but just with a much better plan A. Or I guess plan B in this case, I don't even know. Should probably kill Giada de Laurentiis now. Get this out of here. Giada de Laurentiis, kindly leave. Give me a black source. 3/3 reach, by the way. Stifling a life gain trigger should count as... Well, we're not stifling it. We're just preventing them from getting life in the first place. There's no stifling going on here, right? All right, 1. This is the new one, right? 1, 2, 3. Sorin me. Animate. I should have animated first, I guess. It's bad sequence if they have Get Lost. Plus here, map here. Land, by the way. I mean, they're just dead, right? They are dead. What can they even have? All right, 4-1. Not bad. After an 0-2 start, we picked it back up, all right? We have gotten there. The believers rejoice. All right, so in closing, we've been talking about this throughout the league, but I think I like this version quite a bit more than the non-vampire version we played yesterday. Again, I was saying towards the end of the league there, I like that it had a much more consistent and powerful proactive plan A with the Sorin Ripper stuff. So in games where you need to be able to kill faster, where you just don't have the kind of time to dirtle with Lookout and your crime stuff, you just Sorin Ripper them, and that's a very fast clock by itself. You still have the Freestrider Lookout claws, all of the utility lands. This version felt good. Vadmir being a vampire for Sorin, very good. I think the second Pillage maybe could go for another removal spell, and maybe the third Preacher could go for, I'm not quite sure what. But yeah, list felt pretty good. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you very much. Enjoy, or hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube!